Now today is the big day, the day that I actually build the chocolate factory. Now we've built the factory part of the factory, minus a few little details, which we'll definitely be getting into, but I do need to actually build the outside. And there's going to be quite a lot of outside to actually build, as you can see here. And oh my goodness, while I was looking at that, I just realized we have a few skeleton horses. These end up spawning from thunderstorms, so there is a chance when you're in hard mode for these guys to spawn. So yeah, we ended up getting ourselves some horses. Yeah, very, very nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop these guys right here. Unfortunately, skeleton horses can't be tamed, but they can be ridden, but they're not like locked to a player, like anyone can access them. But you know what? You guys can still end up naming them if you want to. We have 2 horses, so maybe we can come up with some custom names for these 2 horses to be initiated in the future. And you know what? I think they will fit very, very nicely into the chocolate factory. It seems like we're just gonna have more and more animals living here. Also, still haven't quite gotten all of the names in yet for the puppos, but those will be coming soon. Now, just letting this run a little bit, we already have like 7,000 sweet rolls that have built up and 4,000 of the berries and then 6,000 of the chocolate. But I am running into a little bit of an issue. The fact that our actual backup of bone meal has started to cause some problems. But I want to solve that problem soon by having bone meal routed into the dirt factory. And the way I set this up is I can use bone meal for multiple things. So not only can I address it to go here with a factory gauge, I can have another factory gauge at some other farm that's redirecting that bone meal there too. That is the cool part about the way that I set up the trains and the way that the packaging is all set up and being handled and routed. But you know what? All the complicated stuff is kind of out of the way today. We really just get to focus on the building aspect. And I'm doing all this building over on Twitch, so at the time of this video, you've probably already missed it, but if you were there, thank you for popping into the live stream over on Twitch, twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. And those of you who didn't get to catch it, well, you get to watch the sped up time lapse here. So, of course, without further ado, roll the time lapse. Now, my goodness, this place is looking sick, and I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. Now, we're still not done today with the time lapses, as there's a lot more stuff that I kind of want to get done to the build, but oh my goodness, this thing turned out way better than I actually expected it to. And judging by the image that I've been showing you guys of the build, I feel like I did an okay job with this. However, I still have to go in here and honeycomb a lot of those copper blocks because I don't want them turning green, or do I? But that's all completely besides the point, because there's a few things that I still want to get done. Like, I want to install this sign. Now, at the moment, this sign is set up at a 45-degree angle, which is what I'm going to need in order to get this sign positioned right here. So I am going to need to use like a mechanical bearing inside the wall, but I've got to get this moved into the wall. So I think what I'll do for now is let's go ahead and get this positioned normally. All right, and then we can go ahead and make sure this is placed by breaking the bearing. just like that. Where did... Wait, what? Hello? Oh, cool. I thought it all disappeared. There we go. Have it placed like this, and I'm going to cart contraption it right over here. It needs to be positioned where that center block is literally right here. Now, what's going to happen when I end up moving this is, yeah, it's going to break our windows, but that's completely fine. Let's go ahead and place this in. I'll just fix it after the fact. We have that now placed in, and then right here is where I want it to be moved. I'll use another card assembler, and yeah, we're going to pick this one up, just like so, place it in, and like I said, it is going to break a few blocks. That's completely fine and normal. But once we get it rotated, we can actually place these blocks back in. Hello? Yep.
What is this masterpiece? This is glorious.
It's great, isn't it? Oh man.
Basically, like you've put me in a bit of a pickle, you see, because I was about to build my big cargo station thing, and I've been catching up on videos in the background. And then as I was deciding on what palette to use, I'm like, okay, right, I think I've got an idea of how I want it to look, what I want it to be. And then a video comes up in the background, and it's you building that, and I'm like, dang it.
Is this the same color? Now. No, you ain't gonna change. I literally am producing this.
No. What I mean is, like, the train station that you've built down there.
Oh.
Is pretty much the identical shape and layout. I mean, the roof's a bit different, but it's similar to what I had in my head for what I was about to start building. So I'm so glad that your video popped up. But yeah, I think I was going to use the same palette and everything. So I'm going to change my plans. I'm going to go outside my comfort zone and build something else.
Underground, right?
No, not underground. No. I've already laid all the track and everything. I've laid out where I was going to build something, so I've got like a rough size. And yeah, and then your video popped up building that. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad it did, because that has saved me from the comments, from quite a lot of abuse, most likely.
What palette? Brick?
Well, just literally the brick with the glass arched roof over the top, like the two. It was going to be.
That's every train station ever.
I know, but the comments won't realize that. It's fine.
What?
I'll just Chosen. You know the amount of abuse I would have got.
Those are good comments, though. You gotta embrace them.
Yes. All comments are good comments.
Well,
but,
I mean, look what I got to deal with. I got eggs built that. When you go over there, it makes this look tiny.
Oh, what is that?
It's a shulker farm.
Oh, that's where the shulker eggs that one.
Yeah.
The tongue twister shop. Yeah.
And it makes this look minuscule.
No, this looks absolutely incredible. What is it though? Like, what's it for? What are you doing over here?
It's chocolate.
Chocolate. You built. Oh, yes, I see it now. I see it now. Factory. Yes.
Chocolate
perfect
emporium.
building for a chocolate factory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm producing everything. There's gonna be a shop. I got Scorchia. Thinking about limestone for like for white chocolate. Then we had the chocolate glazed berries and chocolate. I still wish there was more uses for this. Like, this just seems like a lot of work for not
snacks.
Yeah.
Sweet treats.
Yeah. I don't know. Glazed. I really don't know what a sweet roll is. A cinnamon roll? Is that what that is? Looks like a cinnamon roll.
Cinnabon?
Looks like a cinnamon roll.
Something like that. Oh, this is amazing. So you're going to open a bakery in town. Is that the plan? A sweet shop?
I'm hoping.
Bakery. Yeah. Look at the train. You've got it all wired up to do its thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're progressing leaps and bounds, Chosen. I love it. I love it. I'll tell you what though.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna open a bakery, you should totally sell these things on the train station as well.
On the train station? Yeah, at the train station? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of spare stalls there. I sold them to Stan, but this is just too incredible. You can just have one.
Okay.
Just to sell chocolate. Just pick one and yeah, take it over. There's like an empty shop at one end. There's one that's already done up a bit like a diner at the other end, but that you could probably convert into a bakery. That's not actually doing
that'd
anything.
Be good. I wish we had eggs. Eggs will be next. Yeah, right. So then I can sell eggs and sweet rolls.
Yes.
With breakfast.
Eggs and oh, that'd be amazing. It's a shame we haven't got fried eggs, but
coffee. Yeah, anything that'd be nice. So I'll take one of the stalls. For sure.
Yeah. Just help yourself. I'm about to remove the tough stall. I don't really need it there anymore. Or actually, no, I'll leave it for now. But I'll remove that eventually. But yeah, there's a couple of shops at either end basically that you can use. Just take one over. And if Stam asks, you paid at least 32 diamonds.
Okay, true. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll tell him that.
Yeah.
I'll tell him 60. I paid
sweet
64
rolls.
diamonds.
Yes, yeah,
It'll
yeah,
make him
tell
feel
him that.
better.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to see sweet rolls in the station. What can I say?
They'll be there. They'll be there. They're producing. After that lovely conversation, I've got to still figure this out. Okay, we're gonna definitely probably take over that stall, but I gotta make sure that all of the glued bits are not included in this. So we have that there. I think we're just about ready to turn. Why are you there? To turn this. That should work. And to get this to work, we just slap this on here, set it to not place the blocks ever until this actually gets broken. And then I just got to turn a valve. I'm still quite unsure where I put my original valve, but this is going to have to do. So we have this, and I'm going to shift right click to turn it 45 degrees. Oh, and that seats in there so well. So well as the entrance sign. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. And there's the glass. Oh, it's setting right up front. Yeah, this turned out awesome. Now I do have to place back in some glass, tinted glass specifically, and I used a lot of tinted glass in this build. And it's not exactly tinted glass. It's just black glass. Black dyed glass is what I used the majority for the tinted look. But this comes at a cost of dyeing. And, well, I did do some dyeing, but not in your typical way. The packet spawn, well, Eggs went ahead and built himself a shop. He's got himself a shulker shop, which is really nice. And I believe in the back, he's also included his other shop that was at his house. But what is fantastic, and I absolutely love this design and fell in love with this, is the dio mat. It's so good. It's so amazing. It's basically a laundromat for dyeing all of your stuff. And this is a fantastic idea. He also added some vending machines out front, which is how I have these torch flowers and pitcher plants. And that's because if you place in a diamond, let me toss this out real quick. You place a diamond into the vending machine like this, you get a return. Look at that. That's how I'm getting the torch flowers. But in the dial mat, this is where things are really, really happening. Right here, if I want to go ahead and, for example, dye about 5 stacks, I get 30 seconds. And I don't know how many stacks I can do in 30 seconds, but it seems about 1 stack per. So if I place all 5 of these in and then include 5 diamonds, I can dye all of these. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get it going for a little bit. Place that in. All of our stuff then starts getting dyed from the liquid here, which is something we're also doing for all of the Scorchia and Scorchia that I actually just started producing. But I loved this and I had to start using this. Once it actually starts finishing its dye operation, its first operation, it starts producing it and spitting it out of here into the barrel slowly but surely. All of this ends up making its way out. It's so good. And there it goes. All of our glass is now black stained glass. And Eggs is quite literally set up every single color in here. It's beautiful. The Diomat is not a cult. It's a dye cycle. Dye cycle. Endorsed by at least one villager. After paying all of my dues, there you go. I now have all of that black glass and I can put as much as I want. And it still looks like I have more time. I'm gonna have to leave that though. Oh my goodness, the sign. Oh, as I was walking back up here, the sign is so good. Oh, the Chosen Factory. I still need a name. You guys should definitely let me know what I'm calling this thing. So now I got the face in, I've got the glass fixed. Things are looking pretty good. Now there is one more thing that I want to kind of show you before I start actually landscaping. And that is, how did I actually generate all of the Scorchia and all of that fun stuff that I built this building out of? And that would be due to chocolate itself. So I have chocolate flowing in, well, technically lava flowing into the chocolate down in the back here. And this is producing Scorchia. And I'm using just regular drills to mine that, and it works the same as cobblestone. It's not physically being broken technically, it's just running through that animation, and then it's dropping it down here. But the cool part is the splitter operation. So this is one belt line that's running through, and then I have this evenly splitting those two, filling up into a buffer chest, and then I have my brass funnel only sending it out whenever it reaches a full stack. So once this barrel has a full stack in it, it'll send that out to then be converted, well, dyed black. And this is a recipe that was added whenever we added the enchantment industries. So we now have the ability to make Scorchia, which is a beautiful block, by the way. And yeah, this is how it's working. So I'm storing both of them, and these fill up very, very quickly. And that's what allowed me to build the face that you've seen in the time lapse. Now, speaking of time lapse, there's some more work that I want to get done before we start working on some other things, like, for example, moving sweet rolls into the shop there at the train station. And that is going to involve making this land look a little bit better around here. And that's going to take a little bit of time in itself. So I guess without further ado, roll another time lapse. So I hope you enjoyed that time lapse of the landscaping. So now we have a little bit of dirt using our dirty farm to build this out. And I added some flowing chocolate down the side. Yeah, it definitely looks like flowing chocolate. But there we go. Landscaped front looks a whole lot brighter, having a few rose bushes in here. Got a few pipes that are running through the side. And I finished this section up. So now it actually looks like the train is supposed to stop here. But there's still a few things that I need to do. For example, the interior of this area, which is definitely lacking. And I did do a little bit of interior work as I added some hanging brackets where it's just the bracket facing up. And then I added some girders that take that up. But after all of that, I've been left with a hole. Yeah, you may be wondering, what is this hole? And, yeah, I mean, I guess you deserve to ask that question. Well, this hole has something to do with an experiment that I wanted to try out. So as you can see right here, I have copper grates, and I was wondering, can fans do this through copycat panels? Turns out they can go through copycat panels, but as soon as you put a solid block in the copycat panel, yeah, the fans can no longer blow through them, which is kind of unfortunate. But I did find that copper grates do allow you to do this. And what I want is I want to be able to walk in here, and I want every now and then fans to kick on and send you soaring through the air into a fan that is in the ceiling. I know, it's devious, but it's also very reminiscent of one of my favorite scenes in the Willy Wonka original movie, which was where they drank the bubbly drink and started floating. And I think this would work quite nicely because you do get floated up. And yeah, you do touch the ceiling, but I am going to RPM control this. You're not going to go all the way up there, but I do have to design a ceiling fan, a big one. And I'm also going to need quite a bit more copper because my goodness, these are not cheap. It costs 4 blocks. 1 block of copper makes one of these oxidized copper grates. It just doesn't math. Now, I just did a little bit of processing of the copper, and I was actually looking at how I could go about making these copper blocks and making the grates. So 1 copper block equals 4 copper grates. What is this? Anyways, now you may notice the grates. I mean, it's not necessarily to conceal the fact that there's going to be fans underneath here, but I mean, it kind of is. I mean, every now and then is when it's actually going to kick on, but I do got to get this whole thing covered in fans. Then we got to figure out timing for the fans and all of that fun stuff. Now to power all of the fans in unison, I think what I'll do is I'm just going to do a line of encased chain drives, and we're going to have those all running like this. And then I'll have another layer that comes back in, and that other layer is going to then run like so. Well, of course, flipped around. There we go, like this. Nice. And then we'll just simply power this one, and that will power all of these together. I mean, I'm essentially making one giant fan blaster. Now, of course, as per meta, we definitely need to use chain conveyors. Make sure we get the chain conveyors linked up. And yeah, since these are technically like quote unquote wireless ways of sending stress, it's pretty ridiculous. That'll then get routed into a speed controller. We'll drop in one of these bad boys, and then voila, we now have power. And I don't know if it's spinning in the right direction, but yeah, it definitely is. So yeah, you end up on this. This isn't enough speed to levitate you, but if I bring this up a little bit, maybe like to 64 RPM, that should definitely be enough. And we start to get slowly levitated, and it will keep levitating us. If we hold shift, we can actually go down, but still really cool. Now I definitely gotta get that fan in there, and then figuring out the actual triggering of this to be on and off. Well, that's going to be another thing in itself. Now, when working on the fan in the ceiling, I do want it to be menacing, but I mean, I know it matches right now. I'm trying to work this out. I don't know if the light should be here, but I think maybe adding these half panels from the Copycats Plus mod, I mean, that might make this pop a little bit more. You know what I think it is? Like, there's just a weird thing about this, but I could use these bite pieces here, and this might help with it moving out this way. Oh, 100%, I just figured out like why this does look a little bit off. It's too thick. I think we need to use panels here. This 100% needs to be done with the copycat slabs. Yes. Okay, this is, I think, going to work a little bit better. But you know what? Maybe not on the face, but on this section right here. Yeah, nope, never mind. It needs to be full on the ceiling. So I'm slowly but surely working this out. I think this looks decent for a fan. I want the blades to be kind of thicker on the outside. This is going to be spinning. I also want to add a little bit of interesting detail in here. So we can do a little bit like this here and there. Maybe there was some accidents that happened like right here. Maybe somebody got a little too close into that section. I mean, yeah, I mean, just the tip on that one. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And I think the center of the blade, an andesite alloy block, we can put a stone button on the middle of that. And then everything else is going to be like, try my best to do shiny-esque blocks that also look different than everything else around it. So some cut andesite and polished andesite, those look pretty sharp to me. And then like kind of rotating through them, we can, randomizing them a little bit. Oh, this is going to look great when it's spinning. Now, I did send this up, but I am going to need to pull it down one. So there we go. That looks a little bit better, a little bit more offset. I've designed the roof section, and yes, these are all chutes. And I was trying to come up with something that looked like a grate, but wasn't a grate. So chutes are what I've gone with, and I did decorate the top so you can't even tell they're there. But I do need to get some rotational energy over here. And I think that's just going to be simply done by literally running a shaft up the top and then chain drive directly onto this. And chain drives just make carrying rotational energy so easy. Now for this fan, it is something that I definitely do want rotating obnoxiously fast. So this is going to get transferred right in. Let's go ahead and get a shaft. That's going to run right there. And then this just needs to be placed there. And oh, maybe that's too obnoxiously fast. That's too much. Also, I think it's going the wrong way as well. Like, it really does feel like it's going the wrong way. Yeah, it definitely is. So I did get that speed controller in. I think we are spinning this direction. That is correct, actually, by default now. Okay, perfect. So I can place that in. It's spinning. I don't think it's fast enough though, but I can easily increase the speed from this jankiness back here. Let's hit to like 32. Oh, that's actually looking pretty good. Let's try 64. That, you know what? That seems dangerously fast. So I think now is the time to start focusing on the fans that take you up here. Yeah, it's already kind of scary. All right, let me get off here. Whew, okay, let me down. All right, nice. So I got to get some redstone going. So what I want to do is I want this to turn on and then off for extended periods of time. Now, I think this is going to be pretty simple. We just need ourselves a power latch. The cool part about a power latch is we can invert this or have it regular. Doesn't really matter. but when it receives a redstone signal, it toggles its state from either on or off. That's exactly what I want this to do. So what I can use to do this is a pulse timer. So this will just toggle it on and off. You can see right here. And that allows me to then set the time. So I can say, okay, only do it every 60 ticks. So it'll leave it on for 60 ticks and then it'll shut it off after 60 ticks. And it does that randomly. Now, what can make this a little bit more powerful is by possibly having 3 of them and then having a redstone signal that gets sent out of them. And then we can set multiple different timings. So these will all be in different sequences, and having 3 of them will make things a little bit different, right? Sometimes it may pulse completely on, pulse off. We can do 60. Let's just do minutes here. This will be like 1 minute. This one can be, let's see, 45 seconds or 50 seconds, you know, and something like this can be like every 4 minutes. That seems a little bit odd. Maybe 2 minutes or something like that. And then we just give it a redstone signal that pulses out of all of these. Let's see, I believe, yeah, that'll all link in. And so now this will toggle that state randomly, and it may actually toggle it on and the other one toggles it off immediately. It's going to be varied, like, because I placed them also in different times. But yeah, I'm assuming this could be a way to randomize it. I mean, it's not 100% random, that's for sure. But you know, it might feel random, especially if you're in here, you see this going. Yeah, and you may be like standing on here accidentally, and the next thing you know, this pulses and you get shot up into the sky. Yes. Okay, speaking of getting shot up into the sky, let's test too, like 128. Is that going to be enough? Okay, it sends you up quite a bit, but it doesn't take you all the way up there. And I don't know if I want it to take you all the way up there, just definitely enough to scare you. That shut off. Maybe we can go up to like 48 and we'll see if that's good. It should trigger on here momentarily. I don't know. I don't know if the timings are good. I'll have to kind of work on that. Oh yeah, this one brings you like right up to the fan. You're like almost there. Yeah, this one's actually horrifying. Okay. But yeah, I think I'll stick with not. This one's fine. Okay, so 148 seems to be perfect here. Now I love how when this is on, it looks like the fan is like sucking air from the bottom and like bringing it in here to like kind of cool the area. I mean, because of the blaze burners are so hot, of course. So now for this little project, I think it actually turned out quite nice. And I have my buddies over here. I still got to get these guys named. I think we're going to do that here in a moment. But before we do all of that, I still want to set up a little bit of a shop, which means I need to be able to sell sweet rolls, which means I need to get a section of the market over in the train station set up. Oh yes, this is going to be fun. So I'm going to go ahead and load up some sweet rolls into a shulker and get these ready for sale. So over here, Beardstone said that, yeah, there's a little shop. Ah, yes. This place right here, I think. This is like an already prepped up cooking station, I think. Or there are stalls over here as well. Don't know which one he said. I mean, this stall, probably not, but like this stall over here. Yeah, the bakery area, that seems like I could definitely fill this up with some sweet rolls. Make sure everyone knows that I sell sweet rolls here. And there's already a stock ticker and everything set up. Okay, so all we have to do is just get our items in here into the vault and then reset this up and get ourselves a guy on the seat. The shop would already be set up. That was easy. So I'll take my shulker box of sweet rolls. Now I do plan on building myself my own shop, like for all of these products. That is going to be coming in the future. Definitely. It's going to take a whole planned build for that. But yeah, it's going to be added to the market. We're going to be selling all of the products that I'm actually producing. But this is now going inside of here. So all of our sweet rolls, let's go ahead and take this. And then we need to link that here. Place this down. Apparently all of those are also somehow linked to this, which is kind of hilarious. I mean, I guess you can take it and put sweet rolls literally on all of them. I mean, that just makes a lot of sense. Even in the back, let's like make sure that everyone knows that I'm baking sweet rolls. Yeah, perfect. So sweet rolls in the back as well. All right, so let's just get somebody over here so that way they can buy. And then we also need to set this up and make sure we can sell. Now I wonder, we have this witch here. Can we put a witch on there on a seat? And they shouldn't despawn, right? If they're on a seat? I mean, they shouldn't, right? Right. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to be like the most pleasant experience, but I mean, yeah, she's the shopkeeper. He's just gotta be careful. Oh my goodness, she's throwing potions at me. Oh no. Yeah, you just gotta be quick with your purchases here. Like, I think that's gonna be the best bet. Maybe I should also sell buckets of milk. Or really, honey bottles would be even better here. I just need to head on over here, grab this, and then I need to go into here. Let's just say a stack of sweet rolls. Those will be sitting there, and those will trade for a diamond. Yeah, I think a diamond would be sufficient for how quickly we actually produce these. So drop that on there, and we now have another viable food source. Oh my goodness, this lady. Also heard she likes to lure children into her home and cook them, or at least try. But that's probably just another story for another day. Now, before I start putting in some advertisements, because some of you have definitely sent over some amazing art, and also my wife ended up getting one for the dirt shop ready to go, I think I should name my 2 doggos here. Yes, and also get them in a better fit. Now, after only about 2 days, yeah, there was literally 500 comments for names on what I should name these doggos back here. And you guys are absolutely awesome. But the winner was definitely the youngster with literally almost 350 likes at the time. I think it's exactly 339 likes. Definitely putting it at the top of the most liked, and that is going to be Oompa and Loompa, and honestly, well deserved. And before I name tag these, I definitely want to make sure to shout out the runner up, which was JCH Pod. I think it's the H Pod, which said Cocoa and Bean. Sounds like a fitting name for Chocolate Factory dogs. And you know what? That was pretty good as well. I mean, 250 likes on that. That was pretty darn close, like neck and neck. But definitely Oompa and Loompa ended up winning that one for sure. But there's also armor that I do want to exchange on the doggos. So how do you get armor off of dogs? Okay, interesting. Apparently shears. I didn't even know that was a way, but I guess that does work. All right, so I am going to fit them with some classic armor here, right? White, which kind of mimics the armor that, not armor, the aprons that the Oompa Loompas actually wore in the first film. And you know what? They also had green hair. I mean, I can't dye their hair, but I can dye their collar green. So there we go. Now we have like color accurate Oompa Loompas, or Oompa and Loompa, sorry. So now that the naming's out of the way, well, almost, because you guys still have to name the factory, of course, we can now start to place in some advertisements. Since everybody's placing advertisements in the world, might as well add mine. Of course, not all of them are advertisements per se. I do have several. For example, this is the one that my wife made for the shop, the Dirty Shop. It's a beautiful retro advertisement. That one is an advertisement. And then we also have the Chocolate Factory, which is kind of a poster-esque like ad. I would definitely still call this an ad. We're going to talk about that in a second. And then this one is definitely an ad as well. I kind of love this one too. Now, first and foremost, I do want to shout out my wife, who is hard at work on these posters, but this one is the one she made for the Dirty Shop. Oh man, getting down and dirty with our prices. I love this poster. I'm going to add some of these maybe to the train station if there's room in there, but definitely had to put it on the actual dirt factory, of course, along the walkway. I'm going to place in several of these along our buildings, but yeah, I mean, it's adorable. And I love to point out, even the poster itself is sort of dirty. Now, it seems Beardstone has definitely taken over the prime real estate here, but there should be several other places that we could potentially put some posters. Like, I don't know, maybe on this wall over here, we could do like a simple poster right here. And I'm thinking we use, like this could be a very simple one. You know what? I think this would be a perfect spot for Izana Rose's poster. Maybe make this a little bit larger. Let's see. Ooh, that's too big, I think. Yeah, too big. I gotta find a better space for this because it's just too nice to not full display. Actually, you know what? Right here might be perfect. Right as they're walking out, they catch a glimpse and they're like, Who is that handsome devil? But I've got to say, fantastic work on this poster. This is absolutely beautiful. And you know what? I'm going to add another little dirty poster shop over here. And you know what? Like this spot right here might be perfect for Vinny's. This is the one that Vinny put together. Chosen's little dirt shop as well. Oh, it's adorable. And this one looked like it was done in like Copic markers and then like put through like a pixelated filter. Like the Copic marker one is actually really good too. Of course, be sure to check out the Discord, the Just Create SMP Discord. You can of course find that linked down in the description below. And in there, you'll find the Just Create, of course, SMP fan art section. It's a great place to check out all of this work. I also went ahead and added a few in the actual dirt shop itself to show them off. And just in the nick of time, right as I was working on this, my wife actually cooked up another photo. So here we go. We have another advertisement. This one, a little bit dirty. This one is for the chocolate factory. Needs to be a little bit dirtier in here, you know. This is kind of the mess of the mall that it's in. But again, if you guys cook up even more art, I will be sure to include it in the world. This is a really, really fun thing for me to do. And I do appreciate all of you guys who did put in some effort to put in some images. I will preface though, I'm not going to be using AI artwork like that. That's just something I'm just not going to do. But you know what? I think today turned out pretty darn good. I have myself now a huge chocolate factory. Oh my goodness. And I think I might even name these horses as well. Like I'm thinking maybe Hershey's and Cadbury, you know, like the rivalry that they are, you know, but I still don't know. These right now are more like statues in the front. It's kind of hilarious that these guys actually spawned here. But we also have this fun area, which looks fine. If you just walk in here and you don't really pay any attention, you go up and go, ooh, it's Oompa and Loompa. And you're just kind of minding your own. There's like a random pig in here. And then, oh no, we're going to get caught in the fan. Ah! I mean, I'm sure, nope, this won't happen to anybody, right? This is, I doubt this would happen to anyone. As you can see behind me, the chocolate is filling up. We have chocolate flowing through here. I did shut these off right now, but I mean, it's not like we have like 16,000. They're about to shut their self off, honestly. But all of this done in a day's work. I mean, honestly, it was about 2 days worth of work with all the live streams and stuff. But yeah, be sure to check out my Twitch if you haven't already. Twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. I did live stream the building operations and everything that went into that. So be sure to check that out. But guys, we now have ourselves a massive chocolate facility. Danger inside that place, though. There's still some more things I really want to do, like some interior work that is still missing, but that'll be for another episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Of course, guys, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. I mean, a huge one. And also, don't forget to comment down below what we should call this factory. I mean, I want a really good name for it. Something simple, something that also has a C in the name. I'm sure you guys can figure that one out. But now, without further ado, it's time to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode, and that huge thanks is going to go out to Werewolf in Hiding. Thank you so much for your amazing support and choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and supporting me in one of the best ways possible. Thank you so very much, and absolutely going above and beyond, you absolute boss. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.